Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome back. I hope you are having an absolutely fantastic day. We're going to try an experiment today. We've done this before, but you may not have participated. Put yourself in this player's shoes. I want you to concentrate on what he does in the game and think to yourself, is there anything you would have done differently? Is there any way you would have reacted differently to make the outcome of this game different? All right, we're going to watch Briank53 in his AMX 1357F, that Tier 7 French auto-loading beast, here on Ensk, in a Tier 7 game. There's Tier 7s and 6s, and he's in a light tank, and he moves into the field side. Would you have done that? Would you have gone to the field, or would you have gone to the city? Just focus on the game from his perspective, and then I'm going to ask you a couple of questions after this game is over. See if you have a different point of view here. Because I propose to you that when we play this game, we usually concentrate on what we're doing, and it's only the really good players that notice what's going around or happening in the whole battle and can really read the map and redeploy and reposition so that they can take control of the game. Sometimes we get too focused on what we're doing and we lose track of whether one flank is winning, one flank is losing. But let's just watch here. He's moved into his favorite pine tree and is set up for a shot on anyone that goes into the field. He's got good view range. He just saw an artillery shell go by and he spots this guy. Boom, watch this gun. 2, 3, 4. He's missing all his shots. RNG'd, he's been RNG'd. He's probably frustrated and he is reloading. He's gone for a reload. Now, he may be not noticing what some of his teammates are doing, and his teammates may not be noticing what he's doing. If you were fighting on the other flank, if you were the T-29 in the city, you might not know exactly what the people in the on this flank are doing, and vice versa. It's only the very observant, great players that see what's going on in the whole map and know how to read the play and the flow of the game, the ebb and the flow of the game. Well, they're winning 4-1. It looks like this game is well in hand now. Okay, they've successfully eliminated one of the enemy platoons and an AT-8, and they're doing pretty good. Now, if I were him, I would say, okay, we're winning. I would push forward now. You know, I would be a little bit more aggressive than just sitting here. He's looking around. He's looking around, and now he does decide to go. Where is he going to go? Oh, he's not pushing forward. Okay. He is moving into the city. Would you have done that? I would have pushed forward into the field, up the 8-9 line, and tried to put some pressure on that flank as well, counting the number of tanks that are in the city. Look at all the big tanks are in the city, right? But he decides to do this. Let's see if it pays off. I guess he's seen a more target-rich environment in the city. Let's go. Well, now he comes around here. He likes to go the long way. This guy. He likes to go the long way. If he can only find someone that he could clip. The strength of this tank is coming up behind someone, surprising them, and clipping them. Now, the E-25 was surprised he got hit by artillery. Now he's going to make this guy pay. Come on, aim your shot. There you go. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, he's missed. You got to aim. You're just not doing it right, buddy. Everyone who's watching this game is going to say, you know what? I would not have played it like him. And now you're a sitting duck. Oh boy, oh boy, oh, okay, oh boy. Guys, would you have done something differently? I would have backed up and taken 2 shots and taken that guy off on the battlefield. How do you say it? Let's take him out on the battlefield, but you can't, because if he's a one shot now, he's gonna get taken. No. And that's it, he's dead. Let's face it, he sucked. He sucked in this game. Were you guys concentrating? Were you viewing what was happening? Would you have done things differently? Now here's the question. How many of you noticed that this game was infested with 6 game rigging cheaters that were boosting one account? That this game was just a rigged, infested, game boosting shit show. Did you notice? Nobody on his team noticed, and he hasn't noticed yet either. He's just looking at what's happening now. He sucked in the game, and now he's saying, what is this Type 64 doing? Swarth. He actually types in the chat, stop being a bot, Type 64. He's interested in winning this game. Why is this Type 64 not trying to win the game? What is going on? Is this park there? That's interesting. Let's keep watching. Oh, the platoon mate of the Type 64. Now, if you look at the game lineup, you'll see that there's a Brett Panther here, a Type 64, and an M4E8. We're in a platoon. The Type 64 is parked behind the house. The E8 is dead. There's a platoon on the enemy team, an E2, a Skoda T25, and a Super Chaffee. They're all dead. The Bretney's Panther has 5 kills. Oh, he's really trying to win this game. Let's watch the end of this game, and then I will highlight to you who the game rigging cheaters are. You've guessed. We will reveal them, expose their identities, watch a short piece of this video from the beginning, and then we'll look at these accounts, okay? This guy is Vladdy98 Iron Radiator, which is an anonymized wargaming name to hide the identity of the game rigging cheater. Wargaming is very good at allowing game rigging cheaters to hide their identities with the anonymizer. That's a good addition to the game. We always want that to make it harder for us to know who the game rigging cheaters are. Let's just follow this guy and watch this. This is very interesting. Watch. The Bretney's Panther moves. He's driving here. Now watch what happens. He stops. He changes keyboard. He starts controlling the Type 64. The Type 64 moves up over here. Type 64 moves up. Type 64 moves up. The Type 64 stops. And now the Bretney's Panther starts moving. Change keyboard again. Bretney's Panther stops. Type 64 starts moving. Type 64 surges forward. He's been accused now in the chat of controlling 2 keyboards by our friend who sent this replay in. Type 64 just dies. Now Bretney's Panther starts playing. This is a platoon being controlled by a boosting company. 3 tanks. This platoon. The enemy platoon controlled by the same boosting company. In the chat here, Brianki53 says 2 logins at the same time. Amazingly bad. We can't prove that he was logged into 2 computers, but my God. Have you seen shit like this before? Let's see if he can win the game. I don't think he's really interested in winning the game. He's interested in racking up as much damage as he can. And he gets a couple more shots here. He gets 1 more shot. Unfortunately, your game is going to be over now. You're dead. Let's watch the first 30 seconds of this video. I'll show you when the game rigging started, and then we'll check these accounts. And we're going to take particular notice of where this platoon goes. The E8 and the Type 64 do nothing. The Bretney's Panther is already shooting. He's right there. He perched himself on that corner right there, and he's already firing his gun. Let's zoom into the mini-map here, and I'll show you what's going on. It's basically the Brett Panther moves into a standard position here at J5. He shoots down this 5 line at the Super Chaffee, the E2, and the Skoda T57, who take turns sitting in the bushes at B5, right there. And even though they're not detected and they stay stealth, the Bretney's Panther just farms them. There's that one just got detected and killed. The Skoda now gets farmed. Notice that the Type 64 and these 2 guys here, the platoon mates, haven't moved yet. So it was a defeat, but when you look at these post-game stats, you'll notice that the Bretney's Panther did 3,859 damage, 6 kills. What a unicorn. And he had 2 platoon mates with him. Let's look at these accounts. Swarth in Type 64, that's an anonymized name. Swarth in the in-game file, you can find his real name. It is Bruce Lee 187. Bruce Lee 187 is a combat officer of the IXGD clan. Has an overall WN8 of 1,262, but you can see over the past 7 days that WN8 has plummeted and collapsed to 204. This account over the past 72 battles has done virtually nothing. The E8 in the platoon is XT King 1348, anonymized. NT King 1348 is really called Unorthodox Hippo 27. Unorthodox Hippo is a private from the TFII clan with an overall respectable WN8 of 1616, but over the past 30 days, the account has collapsed into shitness with, in the past 30 days, 111 battles, 158 WN8 doing almost no damage per game. Now let's look at the 3 loser accounts here that did 0, that just were farmed at the beginning of that game. The E2 Sherman Jumbo is A13 Sanya 181818, anonymized of course, but his real name is Benny Hun 2001. Junior officer from the Hunk clan in an account created in 2013. Overall WN8 of 1246, which in the past 30 days, 7 days has collapsed to doing almost nothing. Just a rigging feeding account. The Super Chaffee in the feeder platoon is Arexel 12, was killed by the Bretonese Panther. This name is anonymized. Arexel 12's real name is Zvero Faust. A recruit at the Men clan, surprise, surprise, account created in 2011. 2,000 overall WN8, so a good player, but in the past 60, 100 battles, WN8 almost 0. Garbage account used for game rigging. And the Skoda T25, Mare 18, also anonymized and also killed by the Bretonese Panther. His real name is Verito Clo. Verito Clo is a commander at the 666 clan, account created 2014. Overall WN8 respectable teal blue player, 1701. But over the past 30, 60 days, past 110 look at this, past 110 battles, WN8 of 0. Another game rigging account. And last but not least, let's check the player that got the benefit from the farming and did 3,859 damage. Vladdy 98 Iron Radiator 99, which surprise, surprise is anonymized. His real name is Shadowheart 8072. Shadowheart 8072 is a recruit at the CBR 03 clan. Account recently created. Overall WN8 of crap, 425, but surprise, surprise, in the past 24 hours is a super unicom. In the past 7 days is just an outstanding purple player. Look at this profile, guys, an account that is just a level shitness. WN8's in the 200s, 230, 500, which all of a sudden, in the past couple of weeks, boom, is now spiked up to be one of the best players in World of Tanks. Well done, you super unicom you. You're well on your way to earning an Object 279E. Another couple of weeks and he'll be driving around in an Object 279E and an Object 260 fighting on your team. So be honest, guys, be honest. How many of you would have noticed that there was game rigging, cheating going on in that game? Right? Out of the 30 players in this game, 6 of them were involved in the game rigging cheating. That leaves 24 players. Half of those 24 players died in the first couple of minutes and probably just went to the next battle. That leaves 12 players. Okay, out of those 12 players that were playing, probably nobody noticed. In fact, Briank53 didn't notice till the end because he kept watching the game right till the end. Then he noticed that the Bretonese Panther and the Type 64 were taking turns moving, and he thought that was a little fishy. So then he looked at the post-game stats, and then he looked at the replay, and then he realized it, and he sent it to me. What are the odds that someone would have noticed, picked it out, and then sent it to me, and that I would make a video? Because I hear some comments in this channel, a few of them, and some of you who post my videos on the forums. If you post my video on the EU forums, the EU moderators will immediately delete it and say that that's not suitable for the EU community to view. For some reason, they want to hide the content. On the NA forums, they allow the content, but immediately there's the fanboy trolls that live on the forum that'll immediately say, well, that's only a one in a million game. It never happens. I don't believe it anyway because it's a Claus video. Just because you have one example doesn't mean that that it's a problem. You know, there'll be hundreds of different excuses that this isn't really a problem and game rigging doesn't exist. But I propose to you that for everyone that we're watching here and for everyone that's sent to me, there's probably dozens, if not hundreds, that go on that people don't notice. Platoons that do 0, how many times do you actually check the replay, or how many times do you stick around to the end of the game and actually investigate these things? I would propose that 90% of the players that play, it's happening right under their noses and they don't know. It's either a win or a loss and they move to the next game. They have boosters on. They don't wait around till the end of the game. They get out of the game, they click battle on the next one. They don't even check the post-game stats. I watch streamers who just move to the next game. They don't look at the post-game stats. Sometimes till 3 or 4 or 5 minutes later, they just check if it was a win or a loss. These game rigging boosting companies are destroying and infesting many, many games that we don't notice. It's a bigger problem than we think. And I'm one of the only guys that's featuring this stuff and bringing it to the attention of the community. And I really appreciate you guys subscribing to the channel, helping the channel grow, appreciating my work. It really makes me feel good to see the channel numbers going up there. Keep sending me these replays and I'll keep featuring them. My question is, Wargaming, how can you have accounts that do basically nothing for on the order of 50, 100, 200, 500 games in a row? How do you not have algorithms that detect an account that basically does 0 for 100 games in a row? How does that player continue to play? The other question is, how are all these accounts that typically 10 years old fall into the hands of these boosting companies? A lot of people that stop playing the game and have moved on from the game, maybe they started playing the game 10 years ago and they played for 3, 4, 5 years, then they've stopped playing, their account's dormant. Most people that just move on and go to other games, they don't sell those accounts. They don't do a transaction to try and monetize their old gaming accounts, do they? The average schmoes that are playing the game, the hundreds of accounts that I've myself have uncovered that are just game rigging, cheating accounts. In one video, there were 23 accounts in one game that were all trash accounts. And they're all like from 2011, 2012. How do the boosting companies get their hands on those accounts? How do they find them? The only thing that controls those accounts and is the constant in all of those is Wargaming. You have the accounts on your servers. How do the boosting companies get them? If it's an inactive account for years and years and years that was created in 2011, 2012, how does all of a sudden that account end up in the hands of a boosting company rigging games, doing hundreds of battles in a row, doing 0 damage? Wargaming? Like, do you not detect that? Account's been dormant for 6 years, now all of a sudden is back and does 0, 300 games in a row? How does the boosting company get the accounts? Do those people just suddenly wake up one morning and say, I used to play that game 6 years ago. I think I'll go back. I think I remember my password. I'm going to contact one of these boosting companies and give my account to them. Do you think people do that? Or how do they get the accounts from your servers, Wargaming? How do they do it? How do you not stop them from doing it? Or is there something going on that we don't understand? Do you guys understand what's going on? There's a pattern in here, and I'm the only guy talking about it. No one else is talking about it, and I want to know, why is no one else talking about it? Why is it so much taboo? How come when one of these videos gets posted on the EU forums, it's removed immediately? Wargaming? What are we hiding? Are we just trying to pretend that there's not a problem? How come no one's talking about this issue? How come nothing's been done about this issue? I've already made a video explaining how you could fix it easily. All you have to do is for platoons, when a platoon tries to drop in, when platoons click battle, you just have to add a little 5, 10, 15, 20, 30-second delay before they go into the battle queue. A random delay for platoons entering the battle, somewhere between 5 seconds and 45 seconds, which would make it impossible for platoons to drop in together and end up on opposite teams, which would immediately put these boosting companies out of business because they would not be able to drop in and farm each other, because they would drop into separate games. And then there would be no point in them. They would be out of business like that, Wargaming. I already made a video explaining how to stop it, but you haven't stopped it. I can't explain how all these old accounts fall into the hands of these boosting companies. There's something very, very fishy going on, and no one wants to talk about it. The only guy that gets the grief is, Claus Kellerman, the black sheep of the family. We don't like that guy. I guess you're not going to get a Klaus commander, right? We're not going to put a Klaus commander in the game because we don't like that guy because he brings up the shit that's going on in the game. All you have to do is fix the shit like that. It's easy. Just fix the shit, and I will be the first guy that makes a video with balloons and happy music, and I'll say, bravo, Wargaming. You guys fixed an obvious shit problem in this game. You admitted that it's a problem. You fixed it, and you put these fucking game rigging, cheating pricks companies out of business. I'll be the first guy that claps and commends you for doing it. But I think there's something fishy going on here because no one's talking about it, and these boosting companies are making money off this. They're basically stealing money from kids that are interested in computer game statistics, little pixel tank statistics. People are paying money for that. And it's a big nefarious network of shit that's going on. And in the face of no one saying anything and no one talking about it and people denying it, there's going to be rumors starting and people making up their own minds what they think's going on, which is probably not true, right? We can think of a lot of nefarious backdoor things that are happening that are all probably not true. And all you have to do, Wargaming, to stop people from thinking that way and from having these coming up with their own solutions is just to come out and say something and fix the problem easily like that, the way I suggested it. You can do it. I know that that you want people to have a good gaming experience. You want people to enjoy the game. Happy players having a good gaming experience in the game we love means that more people will play, more people will buy premium tanks and premium accounts. You will be successful in your business and we will be happy customers. But if you let this go on without discussing it or acknowledging it or doing anything about it, you're causing yourself a disservice, and there are people that are going to stop playing this game with this kind of shit that's going on. Okay? If we were watching the World Cup soccer and out of the 22 players on the field, 6 of them were game rigging cheaters, it wouldn't be very fun to watch, would it? Would it? So maybe that does happen in soccer. Maybe soccer is a game rigging, cheating shit show as well. I don't know. But anyways, guys, I've ranted long enough. I'm going out on a limb on my own again. Klaus Kellerman on his own. But I call it like it is. No bullshit channel. And like I said, I will be the first guy that says congratulations, Wargaming, when you fix the problem. I will make the video of a century with balloons, commending you for taking action. All right, because I'm on your side. Actually, despite what you might think, I care about this game just as much as the hundreds of thousands of regular schmoes that play this game, that just enjoy playing. Not the unicoms, the guys that are worried about their fucking WN8. Just the regular people that are playing, like the majority of the players, the 80% of players that you need in this game so the unicoms can feed on us, right? So that the guy with the 3,300 WN8 can get his stats by killing us all. You need those 80% of players that just enjoy this game, that occasionally buy premium tanks and occasionally buy some Christmas boxes and occasionally buy some premium time and like to play 2-3 games after work in the evening. That's what builds the game, right? That's the community. The hundreds of thousands of those players, those are the players you're going to lose. They're not the whales. They're not the biggest spenders, but there's hundreds of thousands of them. And without them, you've got nothing. You've got no game. All right? So fucking fix it. Just fix it. All right. I will catch you guys on the next one. I'm looking forward to reading your comments on this one, guys. I'll catch you on the next one.